This is page 1 of the Chapter 9 practice test. Number 1 from the free response section. We are asked to find the area of the parallelogram. So the area formula for a parallelogram is base times height. Right here they give you a base of 9, but the height, there's nothing there. So we have to get the height by breaking off this right triangle and figuring out what this leg is right here. So we're going to use the Pythagorean Theorem, and we're going to plug in x for the missing leg. So we're going to say x squared plus this leg squared, set it equal to the hypotenuse squared, and solve for that missing leg. So 3 squared is 9, 5 squared is 25. Subtract 9 from both sides, and we get x squared equals 16. When we take the square root of both sides, we get x equals 4. That means the height is 4. So in the area formula for the parallelogram, the base is 9, the height is 4. And when we multiply those together, we get 36, and this one is in centimeters squared. Number 2 says find the area of a trapezoid with base 1 of 20 inches, base 2 of 14 inches, and a height of 8 inches. So the area formula for a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. So I'm just going to substitute in my values of 20 and 14 and my height of 8. Punch it in my calculator. I got 136, and this one was in inches, so I say inches squared. Number 3, find the area of a kite with a diagonal of 10 meters and a diagonal of 16 meters. So if you want to sketch one real quick, basically looks like this. This one's 10 meters, this one's 16 meters. And the area formula for a kite is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So substitute in the 10 and the 16. Punch it in the calculator. I got 80s, and this is in meters, so meters squared. Number 4, find the area of the composite figure. So what you need to do is divide this up into smaller figures and find the area of each. So if I extend this line down here, I've got a rectangle that is 5 inches, and I need to get how long this side is. So I'll do that in just a second. But let's do this over here. If the whole thing is 9, and this much of it's 5, and this much of it's 3, that means here is 1 inch. So 1 inch. And then let's see, going across this way, this is 8 and this is 6, so this must be 2. Well, that's not going to matter. Oh, yeah, 2 inches. And if the whole thing's 5 and that much is 2, that means that this is 3 inches. So this rectangle right here is 5 times 3, so 15 inches. This one is 8 by 8. So that one's 64, and this one's 1 by 6, so 6. So I'm going to take those 3 areas, the 64, the 15, and the 6, add them all up, and I get 85, and that's in inches squared. Number 5 says using the sector, find the arc length and area given a radius of 11 and a central angle of 53 degrees. So the arc length formula is going to be 2 pi r times the measure of the angle over 360. So I'm going to substitute in the radius here, and I'm going to substitute in the angle measure there. So I'm going to have 2 pi times 11 times 53 over 360. Type everything into my calculator, and this one wants it, I'm going to give it to you as a decimal, so roughly 10.2 units. Now let's get the area of a sector. So the formula is pi r squared times the measure of the angle over 360 plug in the radius of 11 and the angle of 53. Plug it in the calculator, I got 56.0, and that's in units squared. Number 6, the Smiths want to put up a gazebo in their rectangular lawn. What area of the lawn will they have left? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So first let's do the area of the rectangle, which is basically just length times width. So I'm going to go 6 times 10, which is 60. And then the area of the circle, I'm going to subtract that. Its radius is 2, so pi 2 squared, which gets me roughly negative 12.6, because I want to subtract it. And so the area left over is going to be roughly 47.4 feet squared.